Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Horrifying Tales, where we explore the darkest depths of the human psyche and beyond. And tonight's episode is about 5 iconic undead figures that haunt our imagination. Before we get started, I just want to thank you all for the support you've given us over the past week. It's been amazing to see how many people are interested in these terrifying tales. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. Number 5, the vampire. Vampires have been around in folklore for centuries, and there's no sign of them disappearing anytime soon. In fact, they seem to be getting more popular by the day. These blood-sucking creatures of the night are said to be able to rise from the dead and drink the blood of their loved ones, and if that doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. One of the most famous vampires in literature is Bram Stoker's Dracula. This Transylvanian nobleman was said to have dipped his bread in the blood of his victims, and if that image doesn't send shivers down your spine, then you might be a psychopath. But seriously, who would want to do that? The thought of having to bite into a crusty piece of bread covered in someone else's life essence is enough to make me lose my appetite for days. Number 4, the zombie. Zombies are another type of undead creature that has become very popular in recent years. These flesh-eating monsters are usually created when a person is infected with a virus or bitten by another zombie. They're often depicted as shambling, groaning masses that are only interested in one thing: eating brains. George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead is considered to be the godfather of the modern zombie film, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend checking it out. Just be prepared to never look at a picnic table the same way again. Number 3, the werewolf. Werewolves are shape-shifting creatures that can transform themselves into wolves or wolf-like creatures. They're often portrayed as hairy, savage beasts that attack anyone who comes near them. The transformation is usually brought on by a full moon and some howling. Werewolves have been featured in folklore for centuries, but they really became popular in the 1800s. One of the most famous werewolves in fiction is Lyle from the Company of Wolves. If you've never heard of it, I suggest you track it down and give it a watch. You won't be disappointed. Number 2, the mummy. Mummies are perhaps one of the most iconic undead figures of all time. These preserved corpses are said to be able to come back from the dead and wreak havoc on anyone who disturbs them. Mummies are often depicted as having bandages wrapped around them and a taste for human flesh. The idea of a mummy is so terrifying that even the thought of one gives me goosebumps. Imagine being trapped in a tomb with a hungry mummy. Your flashlight dies and you have to listen to it shuffling closer and closer until you hear its raspy voice saying, "Give me brains." Well, maybe not brains, but still. Number 1, Frankenstein's monster. Frankenstein's monster is one of the most well-known undead figures ever created. This towering creature made out of body parts is said to have been brought to life by a mad scientist. Unfortunately, the monster turned out to be a bit of a handful, killing anyone who crossed him and generally causing all sorts of chaos. The story of Frankenstein's monster is a cautionary tale about the dangers of playing God. After all, who knows what sort of horrors we could unleash upon the world if we try to create life where there is none. Mary Shelley's original novel is a must-read for any horror fan, and the various film adaptations are also worth checking out. Just be sure to stay away from low-budget independent films, as there are some real stinkers out there. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight's episode. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this quick dive into the world of the undead. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until next time, remember, some things are better left dead. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in next week for more terrifying tales.